The Society of Radiographers, the professional body for diagnostic radiographers, does have a research strategy and very much wants all radiographers to embed research into their everyday practice. And that is the way to go forward, so that we're working using evidence-based practice in our daily work. And that's really what we wanted to try and start the process of all radiographers thinking formally along those lines from this project. The department has benefited already, even though we've only just come to the end of the project, because it's already started quite a lot of discussion amongst radiographers themselves in the department about work that they're doing and how they could maybe look at that slightly differently in the future, and also from reading articles in journals and seeing how they could put that into practice in their everyday life. Some of the radiographers have undertaken audits, which they're then taking a step further now and putting into poster presentation format to demonstrate what we do around the department for patients and other staff to see. And also one member of staff has been successful in getting her poster accepted at a national congress. So that's a big step forward really for this department. We've not really done that sort of thing before. And I'm hoping that this is just the beginning of a lot of things that are going to happen in the future. One of the benefits for the department for the future will be that we've now got a closer working relationship with the research director and with the clinical librarian facilities. So the staff are now far more aware of what's available to them, and we now know who we're dealing with and how we can move forward with things from that point of view.
So I think some of the wider benefits of Farril, we obviously have the radiographers who have taken part in it, and in terms of their development, thinking about their research ideas, how they can move them forward. So they obviously have things that they're really interested in, that they're really passionate. So this has been a vehicle for them to be able to take them forward. But I think the second thing is about, at the end of the day, it's about improving our services and our care for patients. So at the end of the day, it's patients that are benefiting from radiographers and wider practitioners whose work is evidence-based, who are informed and want to develop ideas and make things better from a quality of care perspective and also from a cost effectiveness perspective as well. We are working in limited resources. The other thing is, one of the other wider benefits of the Farril project has been that people know about the clinical academic faculty, they know about the services that the library offers as well, which are just, phenomenal range of things that are available to help people. And through that, we've had further engagement with people, taking up literature searches to inform their practice. But also, we've had people really interested in our clinical academic trainee programme, which is a 3-year programme for people to take a project forward, and people engaging with wider, research activities across the trust. So I think that obviously benefits the individual, it helps develop their research skills, but it also helps the department in terms of their research capacity and capability. And by embedding culture, a research culture as well, so that research isn't an add-on, it becomes embedded in everyday practice.
So in terms of benefits for library services, this project's been really great because it's enabled us to work in partnership with the research team to develop a suite of resources that we can use with various groups of staff, and also that the research team can use with various groups of staff as well. I think because we were able to get the external funding for this project, it's meant that we can actually dedicate some real time to look at what the radiography team wanted from our resources and from our training sessions. So we've been able to offer protected time to some of our staff to develop these materials and to also do the research as well. So I think the benefits of library services and the research team working together mean that we actually get to see each other's perspectives, and we can also be advocates for each other's services as well. So I know that the research team have been really good at promoting library services, and we have a real understanding of what they do as well, so that we can kind of tell other people about their services and how they can access support with research. So I think that's been a real benefit to us. So whether it be kind of small sessions that we can deliver within their existing training programmes, or whether it's something kind of longer and more detailed that we can embed within a study day, I think there's a great value in terms of what we can offer and what we can achieve when we're working together.
As well as teaching and education, research is a big part of the advanced practice role. We attended an original session which would introduce what would happen within the sessions, and then it's always been part of my appraisal to be involved in research. So I thought this was an ideal opportunity to take that forwards. And once I attended the session and chose my topic, I felt much easier and more able to undertake the research. The sessions were relevant to me because on a one-to-one basis I was able to discuss my ideas and my own research ideas and develop them further and know that I was going along the correct path. Alison and Emily made the whole research process much easier than I originally anticipated.
I've only done research when I was at uni, which is God knows how many years ago, so I wasn't really sure what to do. Yes, you know about things to do, but we kind of needed prompts on how to make things work, really. Kind of just sessions on basic step-by-step guide on how to do things and how to work things and doing it in a better order, really.
Because I felt like I was totally out of date. It's 10 years since I did any uni work, and before that it was 20 years before, so I was just so out of date. My Athens account had expired, so it's like inspired me a bit to update myself.
And I suppose in that sense we're only doing literature searches, weren't we, for everything, not searching a bit more in more depth, really. Our manager would like us to get something published, so this is kind of the start to working towards that as well.
Yeah, so we have had a lot of support, haven't we,
Yeah.
from library services and from management. You know, and we've enjoyed going to the sessions as well.
Not change practice, but that we were doing the right things, searching for literature based on the main things that we were doing. There's not much literature on, and it was quite nice to see that you two couldn't find us any decent literature as well. Yeah, so we are doing the right things. Yeah.
Research is important. We're a very rapidly developing field. I don't think people realise how extensive our role is in the hospital. You know, people say, oh, you're a radiographer. My fellow likes to say, oh, you press a button. No, dear, it's more complicated than that. We're involved in theatre. We do CT, we do MR, we do fluoroscopy, and I don't think people really understand the public, and I also think there's a lot of issues in terms of other professions understanding our role, and even in terms of radiation. I don't think there's a great understanding of our profession. So, but it got us all talking about research. I think it's currently seen as it's something you have to do at uni. Well, doctors have to do research. It is actually part of our job description and our healthcare profession, our registration there, the Society and College of Radiographers, they've developed a strategy for 2016 to 2021. And it's just something that needs to happen now in radiography. But also in terms of the patients, the reason you do research is to help develop the field and to make their experience better. Because we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for patients. So I didn't even realise that we had people like Emily that I could go and see. Emily is a clinical librarian, and also I didn't know people like Alison existed in terms of being a research nurse. Now, I've figured out from all of these that I want to do research. I want to be a research radiographer. There's always opportunities to progress to a band 6 in a different modality, and I've always been interested in everything, but then having met these guys and seen what's out there, I want to do research. That's where I want to go with my career.